So when we started this brand, from day one, our vision was to make it a brand. And to make a brand, you have to expand, you have to scale, you have to reach miles ahead, you have to reach different locations. And as you grow, you keep on learning what are the challenges we faced. So it's easier said than done कि boss हमने एक नहीं 10 दुकान खोल लिया. But there are a lot of roadblocks, a lot of challenges when we do that. Being a startup, you need to have this attitude. You should be determined, you should be passionate, because if you have the confidence in your vision, in your brand, I mean, no matter how much time it takes, you will get success. So we enjoyed the journey of our failures, of our mistakes of the first 4 years, and today we are proudly the biggest juice bar chain of East India.
Hello everyone, welcome to NMN PODS, where we hear stories which are unheard, where stories which starts just with a dream, but yes, takes a shape where we cannot actually frame it in. So today we have with us Mr. Piyush Kankaria, who is the co-founder of the Yellow Straw. Well, his story also started from the city of Joy, Kolkata, and it just started with a dream. So let's start. So Piyush, Kolkata, as we know, is the चाय वाली सिटी. तो कोलकाता में येलो स्ट्रॉ का कॉन्सेप्ट आपने ये जूस पीना कैसे शुरू करवा दिया एंड पीपल लव इट.
Yeah, so that's a very interesting anecdote. Honestly, when we started in 2014, everybody was saying कि बॉस कलकत्ता में चाय ही चलेगा, जूस पीने को ही नहीं आएगा, कोई बहुत ज़्यादा हेल्थ कॉन्शियस है घर में बना लेगा, दैट्स अबाउट इट. बट मी एंड माई पार्टनर विक्रम, वी आर एडमेंट, नहीं बॉस, जूस तो कुछ करना ही है, कुछ अच्छे से करना है, वेरी डिफरेंट, बिकॉज वी कुड सी अ बिग नीड गैप इन द मार्केट. सी juices are available mostly on the unorganized sector.
Right.
So when we looked up to the industry, especially in India, we couldn't find a single organized brand, a juice bar chain which is present pan India. Pan India छोड़ दो, region wise भी great juice brand was very difficult to find. So we thought, why not organize the unorganized sector and give a product which is a no-brainer to the audience in a nice, hygiene, clean way.
Right.
And that's how the Yellow Straw started.
बिकॉज वी आर टू यूज टू इधर घर का जूस या फिर सामने वाली गली का
Right.
जूस.
And घर का जूस भी आप कितने बार और कितने दिन ले लोगे? I mean, you don't have the options of having multiple fruits at your home.
Right.
अब आपको मैं बोल दूंगा आप अनार की जूस बनाओ. It's a big task to first de-seed 1 kg, 2 kgs of अनार,
Right.
because उसमें से आपको सिर्फ 500 ml जूस भी नहीं मिलेगा.
Absolutely.
And then carrots, beets, ginger, lौकी, मौसमी, orange, watermelon. I mean, who can peel pineapple easily at home? So it's easy to say कि घर में जूस पी लेते हैं. At max मौसमी और संतरा, that's about it. But the array of juices, the array of fruits, what we provide is something we are really proud of.
Something that we all want to have, but माइंड में रहता है पीने के बाद.
Correct.
We actually cannot get it, and you have actually made it so much easy to get.
So yeah, it looks easy to get, honestly, but when we started, it was a very, very big uphill task, honestly, because लोगों को समझाना कि why can you, as in how can you come down and have a great glass of juice, or why do you need a great glass of juice, was a big ask for us, honestly. Back of the mind, even the child knows, even the grandmothers knows, even the dad knows juice is healthy. It's a no-brainer, trust me. But वो product availability लाना in the right way, right format, right hygiene, right pricing, at right locations is how this journey started.
Since it's a Kolkata-based brand, like you started from Kolkata, like you told me. So Kolkata माने खावा दावा. As I'm a Bengali myself, roll, biryani, chicken chop, we are filled with all these. But here you bought in a complete new turn, a veg brand, like with a green logo. So how was the challenge? Because I assume it was not that easy in the very initial days.
So I'll share the story why we came up with the concept of the Yellow Straw. So I'm a software engineer by background, but a hardcore foodie. I love cooking, passionate about food.
Oh, I love food too.
And my partner is a super fitness freak. And he was the one who was more inclined towards fitness, juices, and I was more inclined towards food. And that's how we amalgamated and started this brand, the Yellow Straw. Now coming to your important question, why a veg brand? So the best part about the Yellow Straw is, or rather juices or salads, is that shakes rather, is there's no differentiation when it comes to veg or non-veg food. You being a Bengali, you being a kebab lover, I being a Jain, I being a veg lover, but when I have to have a juice, of course, I cannot have a chicken juice or an egg juice, honestly. So juice is juice. So there's no division of veg or non-veg. So that was a great thing for us because we knew if we stick to this and we
There
can
was
really
not too
survive
many
well.
challenges there.
Yes. So if I have to open a cafe or a restaurant, probably I would have to think that if how would I survive without serving non-veg?
Varieties. We would need
Yes,
varieties,
yes.
right?
So that was not a challenge for us. But as we graduated, we had introduced range of salads, some sandwiches, where we still serving pure veg, but people are healthy, and we have seen a manifold increase in awareness. Even the non-veg eaters are gradually converting to veg or vegan. Oh, great, great to know that you are turning as well. I'm not saying that you have to stop all those things, but
Right.
yeah, gradually it's more about awareness. People think more about their health, more about the climate and the environment, of course. So
Absolutely.
that was there. But yeah, trust me, the first 3-4 years were of great struggle for us.
4 years?
Oh yes. So
4 years is
that's
a
why we
really, really
say,
long time.
being a startup, you need to have this attitude. You should be determined. You should be passionate, because if you have the confidence in your vision, in your brand, I mean, no matter how much time it takes, you will get success. So enjoyed the journey of our failures, of our mistakes of the first 4 years, and today we are with as a proudly the biggest juice bar chain of East India.
Well, it just started with a dream, didn't it?
Oh yes, absolutely.
And you decided that no matter what, I am going to stick by that dream.
Yeah,
Be it
yeah.
4 days, 4 months, 4 years.
Yeah, the
It's
four
not
years
a.
and the moment we thought, okay, now things are rolling in our favor, things are looking good, and then we were stuck with 3 years of almost 2 years of COVID.
Oh my.
So that was again a
So
big dent.
in
Yeah.
4 years, there was 3 years of COVID too.
No, so 4 plus 3.
Oh my God.
So
So
that was a great journey for us, learning curve for us, honestly. Yeah.
so in that 4 year span, I bet there must have been times where you had bad breakdown.
Oh yeah, quite a few times, honestly. I mean, लगता था कि कर क्यों रहे हम लोग? I mean, whatever are we doing? Are we running the show just to pay the salaries and the rents, or business is business? Ultimately, we need to make profits. We need to take home something. घर वालों को भी कुछ बोलना है, अपने आप को भी कुछ बताना है. Otherwise, I was happy with my job in Bangalore. I mean, why I left the job and started this business? So it's not just being sustainable, but also as a business owner, the profits are very much important.
Right. I love the thought of whatever you're doing. I know the dream, I know the story behind it, and every youngster will look up to it. But let's speak from the audience point of view. Why will I have juice from the yellow straw and not from the stores which we have by the streets?
So I will not just talk about the thela wala juice shops or the juice shops which we have on the street. I would also like to touch upon the packed juices which exist in the market and
Right.
where we stand as a brand position. So coming to the USP of the yellow straw, we started with the concept of cold pressed juices.
Right.
When nobody knew about what's exactly a cold pressed juice way back in 2014, we hovered around the entire country to find the technology. But unfortunately, we couldn't find a single manufacturer in India manufacturing a cold pressed juicer. सो इट्स नॉट अ टिपिकल मिक्सी वाला जूस कि आप फ्रूट डाले, पानी डाले और पानी नहीं भी डाले और उसको छान दिए और पी लिए, बिकॉज यू आर एक्चुअली लूजिंग ऑल द एसेंशियल न्यूट्रिएंट्स इंग्रेडिएंट्स ऑफ अ फ्रूट इनसाइड दैट छन्नी.
छानना नहीं होता है?
No, we don't do that. So our specialty is we serve 100% fruits. We actually proudly say you are drinking your fruits. You're not drinking a juice. If you come to our store, a single glass of apple juice almost has 450 to 500 grams of pure apple being served in your glass of juice. And that's not it. We make it right in front of your eyes. We give you that level of confidence, and things don't stop there. Trust me. We even ask our customers, do you want ice? Do you want added rock salt? Or you want added sugar? If you say no to none, we don't add a drop of anything inside your glass of juice. It's pure fruit.
Pure fruit, but with a customized version of how you want it.
Yes. And then, of course, as I said, I talked about the cold press technology. So initially it was difficult for people to understand what's the difference. So we used to tell them कि long back in our homes, हमारी दादी माँ, नानी माँ जूस कैसे बनाती थी जब मिक्सी भी नहीं होते थे. फ्रूट लेते थे कपड़े में और हाथ से स्क्वीज करते थे. राइट, हाथ से स्क्वीज करते थे.
Like the ones we make almond milk with
Yes,
muslin cloth में, right?
probably muslin cloth में. So हाथ से निकाल कर जो रस निकलता था हम उसे पीते थे. So that's essentially the crux of cold press technology. There's no heat generation. There are no blades involved. There are no high speed blenders involved while juicing process, which ensures oxidation नहीं होता आपके fruits के nutrients के. कुछ भी टाइप के जितने भी क्वालिटीज़ आपके एप्पल में, कैरेट्स में, ग्रेप्स में, ऑल द एसेंशियल विटामिन्स आर देयर इन द ग्लास ऑफ जूस.
Right.
So it took time, but that's our USP. So now coming to your question कि आप रोड साइड से भी पी सकते हो या पैक जूस भी पी
Because
सकते
that's
हो.
easily available,
That's
na?
easily available,
हाँ.
and of course at a way more
Way
economical
more-
than probably our
absolutely.
pricing. For
Right.
example, we serve a glass of orange juice for 100 odd bucks. It's a 300 ml.
Uh-huh.
So coming to a roadside pricing currently with the great inflation, I think a typical average roadside thela guy sells for around 60 bucks for a 250 ml glass of juice at that quality, at that environment, with that hygiene. So we all have our doubts, we all have our questions. So that is one part of it. Second part of is the big brands, without naming them of course, they serve 1 liter of pomegranate juice, 1 liter of lychee juice, tetra pack for 100 bucks, 130 bucks. मतलब आज के ज़माने में आप अनार खरीदने जाओ, आप लीची खरीदने जाओ, 100 रुपये किलो से नीचे आपको फ्रूट नहीं मिलता. 1 लीटर में आपको कम से कम 5 kg फ्रूट चाहिएगा, कम से कम. अगर आप उसमें पानी डाल रहे हो, कुछ भी डाल रहे हो, तो भी 5 kg फ्रूट चाहिएगा. सो यू कैन इमेजिन 500 worth fruit going in a liter of juice, plus the tetra pack, plus their supply chains, plus the celebrity for their marketing gimmicks. How can they serve in 100 bucks? So I'm not saying कि वो क्या है नहीं है, but yeah, it has a lot of adulteration with respect to chemicals or additives or whatever. But our product is 100% pure, 100% natural, not a drop of adulteration, trust me. And the best part is when you have a watermelon juice at our outlet, say for 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, you can realize the fact that every day the taste will not be same because it's all natural, which just makes our concept and concept fundamental very clear. It's all natural. आप घर में भी फ्रूट लाओ, एवरी डे आपको सेम मिठास, सेम कलर कभी नहीं मिलेगा.
कभी नहीं मिलेगा.
इट्स इम्पॉसिबल.
Absolutely.
अगर आपको कोई भी प्रोडक्ट सेम टेस्ट मिल रहा है, दैट मीन्स समथिंग हैज बीन टेम्पर्ड टू गेट दैट कंसिस्टेंसी, टू गेट दैट टेस्ट.
Right.
So the inconsistency in our product taste is our USP, which again emphasizes the fact that we are 100% natural. And everything is made in front of your eyes because trust is very important these days. Okay, especially when it comes to fruit. You don't know
Absolutely.
आपके किचन के पीछे मिक्सी में क्या डाल रहे, क्या छान रहे, क्या है. We often go to roadside people where we see already some juices lying in their pan.
Especially sugar cane.
Sugar
बनने
cane
वाले में.
especially, right. So those things are out of question when you come to the yellow straw.
So sugar cane वाले में वहाँ पे जाके you have to say that वहाँ पे
आप
आगे
खाली
वाला-
कर दो,
हाँ,
पहले
right,
वाला
right.
typical the
यहाँ पे-
problem हमें fresh.
यहाँ पे we
यहाँ
know
पर
that it's all taken
fresh
care of.
and आपको मतलब सोचना भी नहीं है because आपके आँख के सामने बन रहा है. So our outlet formats are such that a customer can see their juices, their salads being made in front of their eyes.
Amazing. Even your boxes, because I am a very regular to yellow straw. I have your salads a lot.
Right.
So even your boxes are transparent to see that what's in the box.
So yeah, of course, as we have grown for a brand, keeping with the trend, packaging is very important.
Absolutely.
Because otherwise, we can just keep on serving in the same old way, but with the trend, with the industry evolving,
You
and
maintain
new
the
gen-
transparency.
Yes, of
everywhere.
course, right? Even our juices are in the glass bottles when you order online, so you can see
You
in
can
and
see
out.
when the juice is being made. You can see when it comes. Even the salad, you can see
Yes.
upar se.
Yes.
So as we are in a budding industry and like looking at you people, we all dream to achieve something that, is out of the box for us. But often taking the steps is scary. Be it for legal documentation, permissions, and so many things. We youngsters, we think, we dream, but then we take few steps आगे and then फिर पीछे आ जाते हैं क्योंकि कहीं डर लगता है first and then nowadays the legal and the whole everything. So what is your advice for the generation, because you have proved it that dreams can come true?
So my first and very honest advice is डरो मत. And don't just keep on thinking and planning, because the more you think, the more you plan, the more you are moving away from your action. मैदान में उतर जाओ, डरो मत, आगे बढ़ो, and keep focusing on what you are doing. That's the first suggestion, first advice. Second part, coming to your question where we talk about the challenges, legal compliances. So that goes with all industry. For example, in F&B industry, currently
It is very,
in
very,
Kolkata,
very hectic.
technically we need to have 16 licenses to run a restaurant. Imagine
16
16 licenses.
license.
And that's not just it. You have to knock on 16 different departments to get all those of license. And we all know how much time, effort, and money goes in
Right.
taking those licenses.
And we don't even know will that
Yeah,
be
exactly.
of
So a lot
use
of
or
people,
not.
even when I started, I just knew I have to take a trade license and a food license and I'm sorted.
Well,
But no,
that's
that's
what
not
even
it.
I knew.
Yeah, so that's not it. And apparently, at least these two licenses you can still apply online. But there are fire license, there are police license, and many such licenses where you actually have to go to department physically apply. In this digital age, still you cannot apply online. Still you cannot pay online, and you have to go knock the doors on the department. And we all know how things work there. You have to find an agent, you have to pay him some under the table fees, you have to pay extra amount and get things done. But that said apart, I mean, a lot of times people are not even aware. So what are the actual legal requirements? What are the compliance requirements?
Right.
So as you grow, you keep on learning. But based on our learning, or rather I would say what we've experienced, we always speak to budding entrepreneurs. First thing, don't worry, just plunge into it and you'll find a way out. At least now with this ecosystem, you have a lot of people, a lot of mentors you can reach out to, talk to, and get those things aligned from day one. For example, I'm currently a co-chapter of NRAI, Kolkata chapter. That's a National Restaurant Association of India. So basically, what we do is this association is part of pan India level, where all the restaurant owners are part of it, and we encourage a lot of budding entrepreneurs who are starting their restaurants, their cafes, their QSRs, and especially landing in the F&B industry to come join the association, because you get the right network, you get the right connect of people in this industry, you
Well,
get
you
those
did
things
it
sorted.
because you were not
Exactly.
guided properly in the
Right.
very
We took a
initial
lot of
days.
time.
Right.
Initially, we took almost 2 years to figure out, okay, boss, these are the
So this
compliance
is the
things.
map.
Yeah. So
This
this
is
is the
the
map.
map.
And as we were approached by the department, we figured, okay, this is what we have and we have to take it. But once you are part of this association, or once you reach out to like-minded people who are in this industry, you get all those clarity, all those solutions, all the connects at one go, and really saves a lot of your time, effort, and energy. You focus on your brand, you focus on your marketing, your product, rather than all these back office stuff, which actually consumes a lot of energy.
Initially, when all these happened, you actually start, you lose the trust in yourself.
No, actually, it was quite demotivating. I'll tell you my experience of getting the first food license. I had to go to the food department. I had to wait, and the officer comes and he says, "Okay, dadao, theek ache. Okay, fine." Then there's a lunch time. Okay, then you go with the first day. Okay, sir, I have filled this form. This is not correct. This
This
is not
is
correct. Sir, can I change? No, no. You come on this date. Then again you go that day. You find out he's on leave. He's absent. You don't have his contact. You again wait, and the peon says,
it
"Okay."
demotivates
Yeah, I
you like
mean, just
crazy.
waste a lot of time. And I actually had to visit the food department 5 times, after which I got my first food license.
I must say one thing. You are very, very focused on your goal. That's the reason you could stick like for 4 years going to places like this. To be very honest, whenever all these things happens, it breaks your trust. You feel like you'll do it, but again, you have a plus that you had a friend or who
Partner,
partner.
right.
There are people who try to
Absolutely,
start by
absolutely.
themselves, who
Plus,
has no one by their
right.
side.
And when you start, you don't have a team or
Right.
someone in your admin
Right.
department who helps and does all these clerical jobs. As a startup guy, you have to, and when we started, I had to go buy the fruits. I had to stand in the counter. I had to sell the juices. I had to speak to the customer. I had to train my guys. Then at the end of the day, I had to do my accounting. Okay, kitna aaya, kitna gaya? Am I doing right? Am I doing wrong? And then these compliance guys come, these legal department comes, and you have to go roam around those entire circle. So that was great learning curve for me, honestly. Yeah.
That is the reason you have built up a whole community where you actually guide people in the
Yeah.
right
So
way.
we don't want people to again waste time on such unproductive things.
मिसगाइड नहीं हो जाए
Yes.
लोग राइट
Yes.
वेरी इंपॉर्टेंटली अच्छा आपको क्या लगता है अगर कोई F&P इंडस्ट्री में लाइक दे वांट टू एक्सपैंड व्हाट आर योर व्यूज ऑन इट लाइक हाउ डू वी डू इट और हाउ डू वी टेक इट फॉरवर्ड
So when we started this brand, from day one, our vision was to make it a brand. And to make a brand, you have to expand, you have to scale, you have to reach miles ahead, you have to reach different locations. And as you grow, you keep on learning what are the challenges we faced. So it's easier said than done कि boss हमने एक नहीं 10 दुकान खोल लिया. But there are a lot of roadblocks, a lot of challenges when we do that. So to share my story, when we started our first outlet, we were buoyed by the success in 3 months, and we jumped upon, opened a second outlet, buoyed by the success. In next 6 months, we had opened 3 outlets. Bang. So 1 year almost, and we had 5 outlets. Without thinking what scale matters, how operations are handled, how quality control is taken care of, how manpower is managed, because there's an extensively manpower driven industry.
Right.
And there are a lot of quality challenges because you are using raw ingredients and serving that to the customer. So that's a extra level of quality control we had to take care. We did not have any systems that time, and trust me, we just fall flat. We had no options but to accept the mistake कि बॉस पहले सिस्टम बनाओ. How do you track things? There are systems, there are SOPs, there are processes. How do you operate? How do you report? How do you calculate? And what's the next strategy? There are marketing steps, the strategies you have to build upon. So it's not easy. So systems in place, a decent team in place, because you cannot be present at 5 locations at given
Absolutely.
time. So how do you manage the show without being actually present at the outlet, yet being there at the outlet?
CCTV?
No, that's easier said than done. CCTV, because human emotions, the customer experience, customer saying yes, no,
Interactions,
good,
right,
bad.
absolutely.
That's very critical. CCTV से मैं कितना देख लूंगा कि वो जो जूस में फ्रूट जा रहा है वो एकदम सही था या नहीं था, या कस्टमर ने क्या बोला,
हाँ.
और मेरे स्टाफ ने कैसे रिएक्ट करा, or at the end of the day what are they doing? They are taking away fruits, they are giving extra juice, they are not giving the right
To
juice,
build
they
up
are
that trust.
adding water, or what kind of pilferage they are doing. Are they following the SOPs? They are doing the cleaning checklist. So as we grew, we realized these are small things we have to build in your system, in your team, and it's not easy. किसी को भी बोलो कि आपको ये एक्स्ट्रा काम करना है to follow this process, आपको ये एक्स्ट्रा checklist follow करना है. So we all hate changes. Nobody likes the extra work. So for scale, so system, process, team is very important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And building up a team with trust, more important.
Yeah, so we have had our fair luck or other failures when it comes with the building up a team. We had people, we had to actually take one of our staffs to a police station because he was caught in a pilferage happening at the store.
That also happened.
Yeah, so these are all part of the business. I mean, you can't help it.
So one thing, why the yellow straw?
Okay, that's again a very common question I face. So honestly, we love the name, the yellow straw.
I see you wearing yellow.
Yeah, with the pride, always with the pride. So the straw, of course, signifies that we are into beverages. When we started, that was how it started. And the yellow, because of the yellow color of the sun, the flowers ripen and turn into fruits. So if I have to give you the scientific reason, that's a reason. But honestly, if you ask me, we just love the name, the yellow straw. In fact, many a times people have asked us, boss, ये क्या कोई बाहर का franchisee इतना fancy name? But we say no, it's our own brand.
तो ये नाम आया कैसे?
So it was a marketing agency, honestly, who gave us few suggestions and we picked up the right spot.
Okay.
So that's another advice I would like to give to audience. When we start our startup or a business, many a times to save money, to save cost, we think ये सब कुछ हमें करना है. But it's important to find out who's the right guy to do that job, जिनका forte है, outsource the job to them, shell out maybe extra money, but you are rest assured you are focused on building your business, your brand.
Now, initially, there might be a problem like the finance problem.
Yeah, exactly. So that's where I'm saying that's our mistake. We have learned, for example, for the first 4 years, I used to do the social media marketing for my brand. I mean, I don't know how much time I've wasted on designing Photoshop and making those artworks and strategizing. But later on, I realized, boss, I could have easily outsourced to a social media agency, pay 30, 40, 50 grand, whatever. And that much time, what I've spent was way more expensive than what I would have probably paid to an agency. And I would have probably reached or attained success much more earlier. Because I never had a time to think about what's going right or going wrong because I'm so busy in designing the
social media
artwork.
Right.
Similarly, while framing the brand names, I'm so engrossed in designing the logos, designing the entire packaging, everything by myself. When there are great people, great agencies who can do the job for you. Yeah, of course, you need to find the right balance between how much you want to shell out and what's your vision. But that said and done, it's always good to give jobs who can do the best and focus on your main business.
Yeah, because that might be their startup too.
Why not?
Where do you see the F&B industry in the next 10 years? Because this is something I think it always plays in your head.
So this is one of the most exciting industries, if you ask me. The entire hospitality, tourism,
Right.
and F&B is a very integral part of it.
Absolutely.
And especially with the way our lifestyles are changing, the way we are having almost double income.
The way we are evolving actually,
yeah,
right?
I mean, hardly you'll find a housewife staying as a housewife. Everybody wants to go out work.
Absolutely.
So convenience is important. eating out habit has increased a lot. Of course, we are still way far away from what Americans do. So for an average American eats out almost like 45-50 times a month, which is, we don't even do almost 10% of that in India.
I personally think I have evolved that habit, which is bad.
So there's a great potential in for F&B industry in coming years. It's not just about going out for partying. It's part of your regular lifestyle also, because that's how coffee started. Now that's how juice is starting. Juice is gaining traction. The health food segment, especially with the great awareness which even the school kids are being imparted right from their childhood days. So this has become a part of the regular routine. It's your way of living life rather than going out and having a juice or ordering a salad while you're working. So I mean, there's tremendous potential for F&B industry. Come what may happen. I mean, बोलते हैं ना रोटी कपड़ा मकान. So रोटी is still the first one, right? कपड़ा भली 2 साल पुराना पहन लो, but रोटी आपको रोज नहीं ताज़ी चाहिए.
हाँ, absolutely.
So that's how important this is.
For any business, like for any startup, what do you think? Taking money from the investor, like an investment, or starting it all with your own money, which is a better option?
There's nothing called better option, honestly. So coming to my part, we are still a bootstrap company. We have not raised any round of investment. Of course, friends and family were there to support us during our initial struggle days, to back us. But we feel if your business is profitable, sustainable enough, I mean, why take money from someone, right? Otherwise, why are you doing the business?
Right.
But that said and done, at some stage or the other, if you want to scale quickly, especially, and scale to that level, you need tons and tons of money. And that's where investors come into the picture. So you need to be sure about your business model, the timing of raising the fund, and what's your
Vision.
roadblock, vision.
Right.
With that money, what do you want to do? It's very easy to say, I can go to the investor, I have 10 outlets, give me 10 crores, I'll open 100 more outlets. But do I really have a vision, roadmap of opening those 100 outlets? Making sure those outlets will be sustainable? Do I have 100 odd locations right now in my hand, or the plan ahead?
Right.
So it depends. So with the current trend, with the current way our business is going, we are sustainable, we are profitable, and we are happy to do that way. Probably when we have outlets in multiple cities, we have a lot of POCs, proof of concepts ready. We are ready to scale. We have that great team, and we feel it's the right time, we would think of raising investment. And I personally suggest to all startups, just don't go by the fad of, okay, boss, paisa uthaya aur dhanda kara. You need to be really sure why you want to raise money.
Right.
And what do you want to do with that money? Because you are answerable to that investor.
Right. I have a question here. Paisa uthaya dhanda kare. So what are the challenges that one can face when we have investors? Because I know that can be a hustle. Later
So,
challenge. पैसा लेने के टाइम पे तो दे देते हैं, फिर
Not really. पैसा भी कोई इतने आसानी से नहीं देता.
अच्छा.
You have to really prove your pitch.
Right.
You have to really give that confidence, because investors actually, what we have seen is they actually play the bet on the horse. आपका confidence क्या है? What's your vision? How strong you are with your vision and your thought process? That's very important. So challenges वहाँ भी आते हैं when you are pitching to investors and the right investors. And सिर्फ ऐसा नहीं है कि investors आने से you face problems.
they make it a very big point that this is the time span इसी के अंदर करना है.
So yeah, of course, see, when you're growing something or we have taken someone's money, you're answerable to them.
Right.
So they also come with their plan, their vision. So for example, if I take an investment of 10 crores and then I have to give them a roadmap of, okay, I'm taking 10 crores and I'll do such and such thing in 1 year's time span.
Right.
So I am answerable. And if I fail to do that, I am losing the confidence. Rather, the investor is losing the confidence on me, and he starts thinking, he starts questioning. But at the same time, a lot of positives, because many a times investors not just help with the funds, they help with the entire connect, the entire network, the entire community, and their experience. Because we as a startup, our thought process, our network is quite small. And maybe an investor, he has a pan-India network, he has a global network. He can connect to the right vendors, he can connect to the right real estate guys, real mall owners, give us real marketing strategy. So that's also a great thing which an investor comes in. So it's not just about money. So you should find the right investor for your brand who can align with your brand vision.
In the F&B industry, like this is very common, I know, but every tiny minute details count, right?
Right.
Suppose you're serving a juice or a salad or anything and you get a small, मतलब एक छोटा सा बाल आ जाता है उसमें और फिर कस्टमर लोग पागल हो जाते हैं. and they come for return, refund, all these things. How do you deal with it?
We have a special designated team, customer grievance team, because we deal with extremely sensitive materials.
Right.
एक ऑरेंज दिखने में जो अच्छा है बट उसका जूस जब बना उसका टेस्ट कुछ और निकलेगा. Now I can't ask my staff to taste
And then
every
send.
orange.
Right, absolutely.
कि बॉस अंदर में क्या है. We may go wrong. और फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपने जैसा कहा
That's
कभी
Mother Nature giving fruits.
Yeah.
That's not you making the fruits. You're just making the
So
juice
lot of
out of
times
it.
someone is having a salad in an outdoor area, a small fruit fly here and there comes and sit, and he just comes to our counter and says, "Boss, आपने क्या दिया है? इसमें देखो ये है." So our instruction is very simple. Listen to the customer, apologize, please make a new dish for them right away, no questions asked.
Absolutely.
And trust me, if we get any complaints on online, our team calls, asks for their number, calls them personally, understands the problem. It's very important as a brand to understand what exactly happened. We may go wrong, but that is how we learn, and we ensure the same mistake is not repeated in future.
Absolutely.
And at times, or rather most of the times, I would tell you 80% of the times, the customers feel so happy that someone from the brand just called up to understand what went wrong. So that's how we differentiate that customer experience should not go for a toss.
Right.
Of course, we have made a mistake, no issue. We are there to apologize. We are there to understand your problem. But that doesn't mean you can take our brand for a toss. You can do whatever you want to do.
Just because you have the social media hatiyar.
Possibly, yeah.
So, speaking of online deliveries,
Yeah.
In the past few months or year, maybe, this online refund replacement has started a lot.
Yes.
So, how do you deal with that? Because we have news coming up about that.
So that's again a common trend. So at
Even
least,
if nothing goes wrong,
yeah, there are a lot of fake complaints, a lot of frauds
They
happening.
do, right? Yeah.
And the aggregators, the big companies are there to help us, because whenever such thing happens, even they have a great system where they check whether it's a new customer, it's a repeat customer, or their customer history, which the data they share with us. And then whenever we get such instance at our end, what we do, we have a audit team who monitors that. First, for example, a very simple thing. I mean, yesterday it happened. A customer said, "I could smell a lot of burnt garlic in your paneer sandwich." Whereas we know we don't use a garlic in that recipe.
oh my god!
So very easy for us to know it's a fake complaint or a genuine complaint.
So, why does it happen? For more food?
It depends. Honestly, I have never done that, so I cannot share that experience. Why does it happen? And there are few customers who say कि आपने quinoa salad में pomegranate नहीं डाला. So, but then pomegranate is a part of a salad. So, what our team does is we check the CCTV footage of that time, of that order. If the customer is right, we admit our mistake. If the customer is not right, we are happy to share the video recording with the customer. And we have done that in the past, trust me.
You shared the video recording?
Yeah, absolutely. Because we are dead sure about our process. I mean, if we are right, we are right. As
Like,
simple as that.
when you put them in doubt, you put them in doubt in return.
Whatever, yeah. I mean, you can take us for granted. That's all
You
I mean to
cannot
say.
take
yeah.
us for granted.
So we are also here as a reputed brand. We ensure such things are in place.
And we have worked hard to be where we are.
Yeah, absolutely.
In today's generation, we are very much aware of sustainability and how, where we see our brand or anything regarding the food that we are making or the brand that we are creating. What is the future to it? What is the sustainable future to it? So where do we see the yellow straws sustainability? Sorry.
So, very rightly said, the way things are growing globally, the way consumption patterns are changing, it's very, very important to have a sustainable brand.
Right.
When it comes to sourcing, when it comes to producing, making the juice, using the leftover pulp, leftover seeds, or even the packaging, the experience, what you give to the customer. So there's a lot of thought process which has gone behind where we are today. When we started, we were happily using the plastic glasses. Probably were not that aware that time, but after a couple of years, we took a conscious decision.
Big no.
Yeah, absolutely. So we turned to paper glasses. We do our deliveries in glass bottles which are reusable, recyclable, and not just that. We ask our customers return the bottles. For example, we have a campaign where we ask you return 10 bottles, you get a glass of juice free.
Is it?
Yeah. So why not reuse it? We see a lot of people using our bottles for planters, a lot of people using our glass bottles. Yeah. So they're making artwork, painting and sharing with us. We feel so glad that people are so conscious. And regarding the food wastage, what we see, I mean, there are two things to it. One is the portion size. So our portion size is apt for a individual consumption. So many times we feel कि हाँ नहीं यार ये इतना कम क्यों दिया, but वो कम आपके लिए maybe कम होगा, but the portion size is very important. A lot of food is being wasted. So we are very conscious what is the right portion size. Secondly, we use the fruit, leftover fruit pulp or the peels, and we give it to the local gardens, local shops, where they can use it as a natural fertilizer. So that really
Absolutely.
helps rather than just dumping. And also, as we are becoming aware consciously, so we have separate bins for the dry and the wet waste, which is again very critical, and which government is also like
Helping
doing a
us with.
great
Right,
propaganda.
right, right, right.
What's the importance of segregating the dry waste and the wet waste? So the wet waste can be really reused as natural fertilizers, natural pasteurizers, or whatever be it.
So you are contributing a lot to the, like you're taking from nature and you're giving back to nature a lot.
Yes, of course. I mean, why not? If there's an option, why not? And one should. I mean,
Because
even
the
at home, that's a
fertilizers are
small
helping the
practice. Yeah,
fruit plants to grow, and the fruits you're taking, and it's a cycle for
it's
you
reaping
to.
the benefits for us.
Absolutely. So, after listening to so many things, after having this amazing chit chat session, let's draw the conclusion. What is the success mantra behind the yellow straw?
So rather than success, I would like to emphasize the juicy mantra behind the yellow straw. The brand what we have built is sheer passion, extreme level of determination, and perseverance. Stay true to your ethos, passion, vision.
Absolutely.
Don't go by the shortcuts, and that will always reap benefits in long term. Trust me.
And dreams do come true.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and we are living it.
And just like that last drop of your favorite drink, we have come to an end to this amazing podcast. I hope you guys loved it, and I can't wait for you guys to see the next episode.